From the depths of the sea back to the block, Snoop Doggy Dog, funky as the doc went solo on that. Still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve. Follow me. Lose your grip, because 9 trips a year there for me to click my grip. Boom, classic Snoop Dogg. What up, West Coast? It's your new best friend in the world. I know I say that a lot. Whatever. Hello, America. Hello, world. Hello, you. Welcome back to the Pod is Good podcast, aka the notorious PIG. Pod is Good and all the time. This is episode 51, the Scoreboard Week 7 review. No, Week 6 review. We're going into Week 7. I'm anxious. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get to it. We had so much crazy stuff that went on in this past week. I'm already ready to see what's going to happen in Week 7. However, first, we must discuss Week 6. Because as you all know, a lot of things happened this week. Let's talk about them. Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the squad is in the building. Oh, before we get started, Pod is good. Pod is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
Pod is good.
Let's get straight to it. We're not talking college this week, though we had a very interesting game. We had some very interesting games this week. If y'all didn't see the Colorado-Stanford game, that was interesting. But unfortunately, though that was very big news Saturday, somehow by Sunday, it completely got eclipsed. And there was a solar eclipse on Sunday at 9:30 in that morning, in case you didn't know. Figuratively, the news of college football was completely eclipsed, and that eclipse started with the 49ers. The 49ers stepped on the field. They stepped on the field against.
He said eclipse.
Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. And oh my goodness, let's talk about it. Steph, what happened with your squad?
Man, Cleveland, the dog pound was the dog pound. They was pounding. they was hungry. You know, they was hungry, rightfully so, and they played a good game.
So.
They were the better team that day. But you know, even though we still had a chance to win in the end, you know, that wasn't 49er ball. You know, that was Cleveland ball, and they kind of imposed their will. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They get paychecks too over there, you know.
So here's my question. Did the Cleveland Browns win that game, or did the San Francisco 49ers lose that game?
Hold
on. Before you answer, because somebody else might want to speak on this, I got to bring in Eagles fan, Tony. Welcome to the program.
Oh, there you go.
Come back.
Say, man, it's Philadelphia Eagles super fan, homie.
Okay, my bad. Let's calm it down.
I done told you. Say it with your chest, man.
Not y'all time yet. Relax. So
I've been chopping at the bitch, man.
Did they lose this game, or did the Browns win this game, Steph?
If you take the final field goal attempt out of the game, you know, the Cleveland Browns, they won their game. I mean, they made the plays that they were supposed to make, big plays, defense, man. And I told you last week I was scared of, you know, I had some jitters about this game only because of what Cleveland has been doing up leading into Week 6. You know, there wasn't no fluke that they played that kind of defense. You know, they played they brought it. And so I'll say, Cleveland was the better team, even though we had a chance to win it at the end, just for the whole 3 quarters and a half, or 3/4 and 3/4 of a quarter. Cleveland Browns was doing their thing, man. I can't be mad at them.
Yeah, yeah. Vance Bug, I know you watched the game. I know you had a smile on your face, especially at a certain point when the clock read all zeros at the end of the fourth quarter.
I was actually
What do you
surprised.
think of that
I
game?
was like, the smile didn't come until later, but it was. I was definitely like, oh, but I think did they kick like at the third down, or didn't they have another down before they kicked?
Right, they kicked it on.
Didn't they have a chance to get a little bit closer?
Yeah, they kicked it on third down. Clock was winding down, even though they didn't have any more timeouts, and it was seconds. So
yeah, it was definitely seconds.
Yeah, it was seconds. They didn't have any more timeouts.
Okay, yeah, I was actually shocked because I started to see, he brought him down the field. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I knew they was gonna just make a field goal. Woo, woo, woo. It was gonna be over. But when it things start going, ooh.
Yeah,
it was a different story. So, but it was a good game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'll give it that. I'll give it a game. But whoa,
yeah, we got
to make it to that 7.
No,
no, we did not get to 7-0. We are 5-1 in San Francisco right now. You guys suffered a few injuries. I know that affected you guys. Obviously no complaints. That's the game. That's football.
That's football.
Tony, you watching the game. What did you think about the Niners? Did the Niners lose this game, or did the Browns win this game?
Oh, definitely the Browns won.
Just you can't, we can't really see you. We're looking up at the. There you go.
Definitely the Browns won.
Okay.
It seemed like it was a grudge game, man. They was playing hard, man.
Yeah.
They had pre-game fights and all that. It was personal.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it was really personal, man. So, it was a dogfight though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When in those type of games, man, somebody end up getting hurt because they playing that hard.
And they did.
It was like crash dummies out there, man. They was beating each other up. And then see, that's been my only thing about the running back, man. He's injury prone. I mean, I always feared that he was gonna get hurt at some point during the season because they use him too much.
That's Kyle though, man. That's when Debo, when they was in the playoffs, he used Debo like crazy. I was like, y'all gonna kill the man.
Yeah, you using him too much, man. He taking too many hits,
Yeah,
and that's what happened. They saying it's more than just oblique. They saying it's ribs too. It might be a minute. You know what I mean? In this day and age with running backs, man, you got to have a committee, man. You can't just run somebody like that, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So good luck to him, man. But they're gonna be hitting them ribs now every time he comes around. You know what I mean? So it's too bad because he was having a great season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, he was carrying the ball 25 times a game. That's too much.
That's a lot.
You know what I mean? And NFC East, man, everybody's tough.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It was unfortunate, but I could foresee that happening with him.
Right.
He's injury prone because every team that he's been on, they use him like that.
They run him in the ground. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, run him in the ground, man.
And his productivity as a workhorse, looks so great that they don't go away from it. They're like, oh, this is gonna get us to the championship. You know what I mean?
They gonna get him hurt. That's just what they did. And that's his history, though. Even in college, you know what I mean. They use him like that because he's a do it all back. He's a cold back. He's a cold back. But you can't use him. Can't use, and especially in the, I mean, you ain't gonna be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look.
Yeah.
I mean, and speaking of how performances go, we got a chance to see Brock Purdy perform under pressure. We
Yeah.
got a chance to see him playing from behind. We got a chance to see him not have some of his go-tos that save him, or
You was loving that. You was loving that, James?
I've always wanted to see it because I'll be honest, my quarterback does not do well,
Yeah.
and so a lot of times I'm like, that's the real measure of a quarterback. It's almost like, it's easy to look good when you shadow boxing. It's easy to
Yeah.
look good hitting the pads. It
Yeah.
look
That's
different when somebody hitting back, and
yeah.
so that's kind of what I've been waiting to see from Purdy, and I felt like this game really put him in that position. Not only was he playing from behind from one of the first times I can recall of recent, but also he didn't have CMC there. He didn't have Debo there for whatever
Yeah.
reason. I think they say Kittle only had one reception,
Yeah.
like just a couple of yards. I don't know why he wasn't going to Kittle. Ayuk didn't seem like he was really in there. I don't really know why they didn't use Ayuk more, but Steph, as a fan, what did you feel when you got a chance to see Brock perform under pressure, in the rain, under harsh conditions? How did you feel looking at your star quarterback?
Well, first, man, the other quarterback, he was playing in the same rain, so it wasn't like he was playing in the tent, but Purdy, he missed some throws, but he missed some throws because them boys put a lot of pressure on him. I mean, so he missed some throws. He wasn't as sharp as he has been, and of course with McCaffrey out, with Debo out, you're gonna play under and over on Kittle. You're gonna chip them, break up some, that rhythm, so that they don't establish no rhythm. So Ayuk, you know, he made a couple of some good catches, but he was open. But Purdy missed some timely throws, timely passes, the ones that to keep the drive going.
Yeah,
So, but then they were shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. You know, illegal procedures and false starting and all of that stuff. They was playing from behind, on 1st and 20 and 1st and 25, because of penalties. So you put that, together with that pressure that defense that Cleveland was putting on the 49ers. But the thing is, you see, everybody gonna have a bad day. So we'll see what he do next week against Minnesota. So hopefully he learned from that, and he didn't saw it, he didn't experienced it, and now he can put that, in his bag and 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 perform better next week. That's
It
the
was,
hopes.
it was an emotional game too, so everybody was playing on emotions. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
was a high emotional game, so that kind of
yeah,
contributed to everybody was playing way above their normal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that
yeah,
kind of contribute to you making mistakes. But it was a good game. It was a hard fought game. They brought it, man. They
yeah,
brought it.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You can dish it out. You better be able to take it. That's for
It
sure.
Come
is.
on,
Like I
you
said,
come
know,
on.
and
like
then
yeah,
it's gonna come a time when you come to them games, you ain't gonna be able to blow everybody out. It's gonna be
that's
a
right.
dog. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's up to the quarterback. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So yeah, that's what I saw. You know what I mean? When it's tight, what you gonna do?
Right.
right,
You know?
right. And
Yeah.
one thing that I've heard a lot, I heard it really directly after week five's game with the Cowboys, is like, did they peak? Was that game so perfect, and was that game so sought out, as looking forward, and like they're looking at their schedule knowing this is a must-win game? Did they kind of blow their wad early? Javance, what do you think about that?
Well, and we're talking about the cow. You talk about who?
The Niners.
The Niners. Well,
Like, they played such a dominant game, because the way they looked against
the
the
game about the
Cowboys, to me,
Cowboys. Okay, okay.
looked nothing like what they looked against the Browns. I felt like those were like two different teams.
Well, like kind of like we said last week, what I'm saying, when you come in that game and then you come into that next one, like, okay, we won this one, we about to take over this one too. It's like that's not the fighting spirit all the way, coming versus the other team. Did the Browns win the week before?
Good question. The week before, what was that? Week 5.
I
Week
think they
5.
did. I think they did win. Yeah, because that game made them what, 3-2? They were 2-2.
They had a bye week. They was
Oh
coming
yeah,
off the
they were
bye.
coming off the bye.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
So,
were coming off the bye.
and that's what we were saying as well.
Right.
That's what we were saying as well. So it's like we knew that they were coming off a bye, and that's game time thinking and practicing. We trying to get it together for this next week. We trying to stay fresh, and then we get out there, we ready to go, and then we catch them slipping.
Yeah, they got a chance to watch the 49er Dallas game,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had a whole nother week,
And
to prepare.
they got beat bad in week 4 against the Ravens.
Right.
See, so
Ravens,
yes, they came with a little bit. They came with a little bit more, umph with them. You know what I'm saying? They had something to almost prove going against the 49ers. Like we said, that's the team to beat. So we got to go to this game like this, because if we don't, we gonna lose big time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the Browns were in a different headspace than the Niners, definitely.
Yeah, I even saw Amari Cooper and some of the other players. Once when the Niners missed that kick, dude, they hugged each other like we going to Disneyland this weekend.
They ran on the field.
Yeah,
they ran on the field.
Lot.
They got a penalty for it. They ran on the field like it was the end of the game.
Yeah. Dude, this game meant something. So you're right. They definitely were in a whole different headspace. Like once they realized they had actually pulled it off, that was it.
Yeah, it was a grudge game, man. They got issues with each other.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Hence the fight in the beginning.
Yeah. So it was like I don't know what was said during the week or weeks before or last year, but it was on and cracking.
All right. All right. Now, Steph, we're gonna get off the Niners. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had you took your L this week. You were looking at 7-0 before the bye. Not so much. We ain't gonna make it there.
He couldn't wait to say that, Steph.
Right.
But hopefully, like you said, hopefully your quarterback bounces back from it. You know what I'm saying? Every Super Bowl team needs to be tested, forged in the fire, so to say. And so, it's that time, or that game may have just been that time for Brock, to where he felt, because he was running. I saw Brock running and a scrambling and a falling and a slinging. He was trying to get it together. So I feel like next week they're gonna come back like, okay, y'all got us messed up. So,
well, that's the plan, But like I say, they don't hand out no hardware, in week 6, So
yeah.
Everybody done took an L. Some done took more than one, but that's football. Those other guys on the other side, they get paychecks too. So, it's a grown man's game out there.
That's real. And speaking of everybody took an L.
What's why you so happy, man?
It seems as though a division rival may have finally been brought down.
You got to look at the law averages. They ain't never beat us in 40 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's dominant. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can't say that no more. You can't say that no more. Like a couple days ago, you could say that.
And unlike Dallas and San Francisco.
Whoa. We talking about
wait a minute. Let me finish. Let me finish. Unlike Dallas and San Francisco, we ain't had no blowout games. All our games been grinded out. You know what I'm saying? We know what the fight's all about. You understand?
I know if since we're gonna put us in it, I do know that we hung 40 on y'all last year. I mean,
last year?
Yeah, you brought it up. You brought it up.
No, I'm talking about this year.
Yeah.
This season, the first 5 games. Unlike, Frisco been blowing people out. It ain't been no game. Dallas, y'all done blew. Y'all was beating the JV teams. You know what I'm saying?
One of them JV teams that we beat, they just beat the Niners. I mean, they just kind of beat y'all. So let's get to that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about what has happened.
The
You know
Jets
what
who we
has happened.
smoked, I
So
think 38-3.
all our games been grind out games, right? Yeah, that's what you want to see. You want to see playoff football during the season. You get ready for the playoffs during the season.
You're right. You do want to see playoff football, unless you have a Super Bowl contender facing one of the lowest teams on the caliber. It shouldn't feel like a grinded out Super Bowl
All
playoff
our games,
game, but it did.
all and not only that, we haven't even hit our stride yet. We ain't looked like we looked last year in
I
the
agree with
beginning
that.
of the season,
I
right? So
agree.
we got some levels to go, right? We haven't peaked yet.
Up or down?
You
We
heard me?
can go up or down.
Yeah, well, we definitely not going down. You already know that. Yeah.
Don't you have a new offensive coordinator?
Say, man, why are you commenting so much on my Eagles? Let me talk. That's why I'm on the screen. You understand? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? you know, you coming. Your butt was coming. You know what I'm saying? We in the same division, man. So yours is coming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who they
But
play?
no, I mean, I just felt like, that game, it was mistake filled. You know what I mean? They didn't really beat us. We beat ourselves. You know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. They didn't really beat us because we had a chance to beat that last drive. We had a chance to win the game. What Jalen do? He threw an interception. I'm like, that's not like him, man. You know what I mean? And we just picked up Julio Brown, right? Julio Jones, right?
Word?
Yeah, we just picked up Julio Jones from
I mean, I don't know how much of a threat he is anymore, but that still
yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. Yeah, you would like to have him, so he's a threat. Then if that was,
you would like to have.
you need all the help you can get. So I mean, we
We good. We're gonna get to
no,
my team. We're gonna get to my guys, okay?
no, it's all in fun.
Talk about your guys. So tell me this. Why didn't y'all use Swift more in this game? I did not understand. The Eagles are dominant in running, and it felt like they wasn't trying to use Swift. What was that about?
Look how many drops Smith had. He had like 3 crucial drops too. You know what I'm saying? It was like we beat ourselves, man. It wasn't like we was playing a complete game at all. It was just like we was kind of going through the motions. To me, it didn't look like they was really trying to just put it on the Jets. Even though our defense was lights out. You know what I mean? But it just didn't look like Smith. He had about 3 drops, 3 cold drops. And then Jalen missed on a couple of deep balls. So it was like it didn't. To me, that new offensive coordinator, he ain't got us in no type of rhythm. Even though we can keep the ball for 10, 9, 10 minutes, a half, a quarter. You know what I mean? We still can control the ball a lot. You know what I mean? But it's just that we didn't do nothing, man. We didn't do nothing with the ball this week, man. Even though we not doing a whole lot of high scoring anyway, because our defense is pretty good, But I think we kind of beat ourselves.
Defense is good?
Huh?
You said you're not scoring a lot because your defense is good?
No, I say our defense is good. We got the number 1 defense against the run. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I actually thought the Browns had the number 1 defense.
I said against the run.
No, that's what I'm saying. I thought against the run they have the number 1
No,
defense.
we got the number 1 defense.
Got you. Oh,
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
But
So how many running yards did they get?
Huh?
How many running yards did the Jets get?
Not many.
Because Bryce, I thought Bryce was, getting a little busy. He wasn't.
Not many. So you analyze the game that close, huh?
What is that?
So you analyze the game that close, huh?
I mean, I try. I try to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Be locked into the what's what. I do my best.
Yeah. But it was, just like you said, it's a long season. You're gonna go through those ups and downs. So you just got to be consistent, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. And we in the NFC East, the NFC West. Those are one or two of the toughest divisions in football. You know what I mean? Every game is a grind out game. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yardage wise, it was pretty much even on both sides.
yeah,
Rushing yards, Eagles only had 80 yards. The Jets had 89 yards.
yeah, and
Eagles, you guys looked a lot better in the air for 268. The Jets only had 155. They were just able to put up.
yeah, that was mostly AJ Brown because I think he just went to him like really too much. You know what I mean?
Hmm,
And Smith, like I said, he dropped a couple of balls, but that kind of made him go away from him.
yeah.
But now we got Julio Jones. We're gonna have like four nice receivers, so we should be okay. We're gonna be okay.
And
And we didn't run the ball that much.
surprisingly, the Detroit Lions
Oh yeah.
got the number one defense as far against the rush. They only allowed 64.7 yards. Then the Eagles at 65.8, and then the Jaguars and then the Browns at 79.0.
Oh, where's Dallas at?
Yeah, number two. Yeah, number two.
Where's Dallas at with that? And
Uh,
where's Frisco at with that?
Frisco is
We didn't
number.
claim it though. Why you bringing me in that conversation? I didn't claim that.
Because you the one questioning everything I say. Yeah, I ain't gonna let you get away.
Yeah. Frisco's number 6 against the run, and the Cowboys are 17 against the run.
Are you serious? 17? Are you serious? You mean tell me they got 16 teams better than that?
Yeah.
How many teams in the league, man? How many teams in the league, man? Are you serious?
They third now. They third against the pass, but
We talking about on the ground though, man.
Hold on, but you just said y'all got all these great receivers, so that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Us being third against the pass, you bringing these great receivers, that's a good compliment.
Yeah, but who's throwing the passes though? Can we count on that for the whole season?
Well, if we're talking your passes, that's hurt.
No, you the one brought it up. You the one talking about pass. So.
No, but we talking about my pass defense. That's not my passing offense.
Your pass defense. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm only going on what he said. It's Steph conversation.
Browns got the number one pass defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they only gave up 120. They only gave up 120. They have 121.4 yards. Then the Ravens, the Cowboys, Falcons, the Saints, Chiefs, and
you haven't said the Eagles yet.
No, for Eagles are that they rank number 20.
Yeah.
Pass defense.
49
that number 20 got us to 5-0 though, right?
It got us.
It got us
cold as Philly over here real quick. It got like us Philadelphia.
It got us to 5-0 though, right?
I guess you must not have played any teams that had good quarterbacks. That's all I can. That's all I can assume.
Well, and y'all did, right? Y'all played all the teams y'all played had good quarterbacks, right? It was like y'all was playing against junior varsity. Then when y'all came to the varsity squad, y'all got mollywopped.
Okay, you're right. We did play against junior varsity because our second game we won 38-3 against.
Who was that against the Patriots? New England Patriots?
Oh no, it was the Jets. It was the Jets. So when you played the JV team, what happened?
Yeah, they beat us. They beat us, but
a JV team.
But when you guys played them, they put in a backup quarterback after they was in shock from their number one quarterback getting hurt.
So who was the quarterback?
Right? So they had listen to what I'm saying. So they had to change quarterback after the first quarter in the second game. So he wasn't even acclimated to what they were doing. Yeah, right?
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense, huh?
Okay. I only brought that up because I do recall you're right. In game 3, we lost against the Cardinals. And when certain people said that, well, maybe the team is kind of dealing with this loss of Diggs, like one of their biggest players, everybody was like, nah, you can't use that as an excuse. So losing Aaron Rodgers, I don't necessarily agree that that's an excuse to lose the game to a JV team. But if that's what you say,
yeah, I understand. I know it hurts. The truth hurts. You know,
a little bit. Hurt a little bit.
So
True
so Dallas,
version. But it's all
they
good.
meet week 9. Dallas and Philly meet in week 9.
We play them
So
twice.
Yeah.
yeah, but the first one is week 9. Yeah,
We got
couple
a
more
few
weeks.
more weeks to get ready. We
Get
got
ready for what? Get ready for what? Man,
hey,
I got some ladies that are Dallas fans, man. You know, last week they wouldn't even talk to me. You know, they would not even talk to me. They was bragging. Matter of fact, I had somebody that went up to go. They had a bus ride up to the Bay Area. You know, and got back and they didn't even come to work.
Wouldn't even.
That wasn't you though, right? You went to work, right?
I was right here. I was right here last week. I was working, baby. It's a man sport. We're gonna take some L's. Now Javance.
Everybody, yeah.
Vance Boog and his Raiders did not take a L this week. They went up against the Patriots at home.
The
Wow.
who?
The New England Patriots.
Oh, okay. Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. Hold on. What's all that about? What's all
Nothing.
that?
I just asked a question, man. Keep
What's all
going,
the
man. Keep
clarification?
going. Keep going. Don't try to incite nothing. Keep going. Keep
There's a
going.
lot of clarification. It seems like it
Me,
needs.
Yeah, man.
me and Vass, we cool. We ain't got no issues with each other, so don't try to.
Vance, how did y'all
Yo.
do this week, sir?
We won. Okay.
Yeah.
We won. It was a small win, but we won. I think it was more of it was a low scoring game. Garoppolo gets hurt. You know, you got to stand by the new kid up, and this guy can actually throw the long ball. So we actually have some type of, maybe we can work something out with this. See what happens. We won. That's all I gotta say, man. There's other issues to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
So this new gunner y'all brought in, do you feel that if, let's just say, Garoppolo was out for multiple games, could he get you guys in a better position to win a few while he's away than with Garoppolo? Who do you think you have a better chance with?
I want to see him play some more. I want to see what he got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not too juiced. I never was really juiced about Jimmy G. I mean, when you talk about somebody so bad and then he becomes your quarterback, it's like, okay, but then all that other stuff starts to come up. You're hurt now. You can't throw a long ball. You don't know who to throw it to, so you just throw it to Devontae. All that stuff is out of here, man. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know about Jimmy G. I'm willing to put my money on this new kid and just to see what he could do for us.
What's the issue with Jimmy? Is he out for the season?
They say he's done.
He done.
A word?
They say he's done.
Oh, I didn't know that. So
was it concussion or something? Was it concussion or something? Or ankle or something? You don't know?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I didn't. Wow. So basically, Brian Hoyer is the new guy for the rest of the season.
We shall see.
Wow.
I will say that. We shall see.
And I felt like Jimmy G was just kind of finally starting to slowly sink into his Raider rhythm. And, at least get like
That ain't
one
it.
person that he could get the ball to.
That ain't it.
So,
I don't trust it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for Jimmy this year, so you know what I mean, to kind of find this little niche with the Raiders. Seemed like he kind of fit in with him a little bit. You know what
See,
I
I
mean?
was thinking that because he's from the New England camp, and we was thinking that maybe because the coach is from New England, maybe they got a certain lingo, or they could connect and get something done. But it just seems like it's not working.
It ain't working on it. Yeah.
wow.
And I heard what's his name? His job is at stake. They said they about to fire that boy
Yeah.
Who?
McDaniels.
Oh,
Be out of here. About to be out of here.
wow.
But we will see. We shall see.
You gonna think they're gonna find me in the middle of the season? Maybe, huh? That wouldn't be good.
Terrible. Bring Del Rio back.
Yeah.
Like, terrible.
I feel like you guys were one penalty away from possibly not pulling that game off. Like just a couple of little moments here, like that big
In
run
Raider
that Zeke
style.
had.
Good old Raider style. Penalty, penalty, penalty. Everybody gets a penalty.
Yeah, even on the other side of the ball, Zeke had that huge run that got called back, and I was like surprised. Like Zeke Elliott, I
Mm-hmm.
think ran like maybe a 60-something yard run, and then it got called back. I hate games like that. I hate games that on both sides, penalties just keep slowing
Yeah.
the game down. But, it's unfortunate. All right, looking at next week. Next week, Steph.
Yo,
Going into week, what are we at? Week 7?
week 7.
All right, going into week 7. Who y'all got coming up?
Minnesota. We in Minnesota for week 7. Like
Minnesota week 7. So back-to-back away games after a lovely home game against the Cowboys. What do you predict for Minnesota now? I know originally it was a win, but now looking at what happened recently and with the injuries, how do you think you'll hold up against the Minnesota Vikings?
next man up.
That's your Eagles next game.
It's next
Mm,
man, so put your big boy pants on, go out there and do what you paid to do.
yeah,
And I think the defense, they not too happy, what happened transpired this past weekend. So they know they gonna be better. And yeah, I look for a win going into the bye week.
I like it. I like it. So you're going into the bye 6-1. Vance Book, what do you think about that game? Niners, Vikings in Minnesota Monday night.
Mm. It's gonna be a good one, I think. I haven't really followed the Vikings, so I don't know what they got going over there.
They 2-4. Justin Jefferson, I think he might still be out. I'm not sure if he's going to play this coming game, but Jefferson's been out.
I don't know. Gotta see.
Yeah. Tony, what do you think about that game? Niners and Vikings.
Uh, they should do okay. The Vikings, they kind of middle of the pack. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
kind of middle of the pack. So, you know, I
Yeah.
don't, I haven't really been watching them that close.
Yeah.
They always are kind of like middle of the pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They lost Darvin Cook, man. That was my man right there. You know,
Mm, yeah. Yeah. I like Cook a lot. At one point, they were talking about Cook going to Dallas. I'm like, please bring Cook.
that would have been a great pickup. You know what I mean?
That would have been beautiful.
Yeah, but he
You
took off.
turn your TV down just a little bit.
What was that?
I think it's coming from your side. But I almost skipped over it, and I don't know how because it's the biggest game to talk about right now. It's the most valuable team in the entire world, not just the NFL. It's the guys that they call America's team. So how did I almost overlook this specific game for us to talk about?
You already
Let's
called me.
talk.
You already called the Raiders.
Let's talk. Let's talk about those Dallas Cowboys that showed up to SoFi Stadium and had to get a W with their second. Actually, it's their third West Coast away game this year, and they had already lost 2, Arizona and San Francisco. They needed one. They pulled it out. 3-point victory. What y'all got to say? I want to hear from. I want to hear from the Eagles fans.
What you want me to say, man?
I just want to hear from my rival. What did you? How would you grade?
I ain't,
How would
man,
you grade our performance 1 to 10?
man. I was hoping the Chargers would have whipped that butt. That's what it is.
So since that's what you hoped, but they didn't, how would you grade our performance 1 through 10?
It was gritty.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It was a gritty game. The Chargers play a gritty type of game. You know what I mean? The defense had to really play hard. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So, it was a gritty game. It was a game they had to win, right? It was a must win.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah. I think
Why you laughing, Vance?
That was a must win.
Yeah, it was a little too much stank he put on the must.
The
Wait a minute, man. You asked me, right, man? So I'm giving you my honest, unbiased opinion.
I actually don't disagree. I don't
You know what I
disagree.
mean? It was a gritty. You know, the Chargers. You know what, man? I don't understand they coach sometimes, man. When he could go for a field goal, and to keep them in the game, man. He go for that every time. He go for that 4th and 1, man. They don't never get it, man.
Right.
They need to fire him, man, for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You be putting your team in those positions. When you could kick a field goal, to tie the game up or
Yeah.
go up. I mean, you want to go 4th and 1. Man, y'all not the Eagles, man. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? The Chargers is not the Eagles, man. We the only one got we the only one got the butt push, man.
Yeah, the brotherly love, little suspect.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was a good win for the Cowboys. They needed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They couldn't come down here, man, and then go 0-3, man, on the road, man. That wouldn't look good, man. And they'd
They
be
would.
what? They'd be 3-3, huh? They'd be at the bottom of the standings, huh?
Yeah, you ain't lying, but that's not what happened. So let's stick to the facts. So, Steph, 1 through 10, how did you grade the performance of the Cowboys that day?
Oh man, you know what gets me about the Cowboys, man, is they run such a vanilla kind of offense. They don't. You see, it's straight up and down. There's no motion, no nothing. So I think if they keep on running that style of offense right there, when they play up against those tougher defenses, they gonna have problems. Dak made some good throws. On the run, and he ran that one when he broke and ran for the touchdown. That was Dakish kind of football, something that he hasn't been doing, and maybe that's something that offensive coach was probably telling them that's what we need more of. But I don't understand with that talent, man, why Dallas don't run some kind of motion. They just run a vanilla offense, man, and they gonna have problems, man, when they play against. You run a vanilla offense like that against the Eagles, man, they gonna slap Dak upside his head 10 or 12
Man,
times, and they ain't having it. But against San Diego, they was able to get away with it, and Dallas came, away with a win. But man, if they don't add some complexity to their offense, man, they gonna Dak. He
Who's
gonna
the
wrapped around a couple of times.
who's the coach and the offensive coordinator over there at Dallas, man?
That's that McCarthy dude, ain't it?
Yeah, that
yeah,
that that Eagle
Mike
that Eagles
McCarthy.
retread. That Eagles retread.
Mike McCarthy is our everything. Unfortunately,
Why did he take on that, man?
because he said that the issue last year was Kellen Moore kept putting Dak in situations that were creating these fumbles. I mean, not fumbles, interceptions. And so he felt like he was going away from the Dallas way of running the football, of beating down the running game and passing when you needed to. And so he kept feeling like the ratio was off from passing plays to rushing plays, and he felt like it was all on Kellen Moore's shoulders. So he pushed Kellen Moore out, and they went from being at the top they were number one last year in red zone conversion percentage. They are now towards the bottom in red zone conversion percentage. They were like 71% last year. Now we're like 30 something percent. That game they did a lot better. They were split 50%, which isn't that bad, pretty average. But the loss of Kellen Moore is showing. And then you look at San Diego, maybe not that game, but this year their red zone conversion has gotten a lot better under Kellen Moore. So I think the proof is in the pudding. Just like our loss of not CD Lamb, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, looking at his stats with the Browns and what CDs are with Dallas, you can tell that if we had kept Amari around and Dak having that other option and not just CD all the time, because Gallup really ain't doing much. They still not using Cooks the way that they should. He showed up in that game a couple of times, but they don't really use him like they should. He needs more targets, and so somehow Mike McCarthy created this whole idea that I need to get rid of an Amari Cooper and get rid of Kellen Moore, and I'm just going to do it all myself. And I know all Dallas fans understand that ain't good. They feel my pain on that one. Vance, we weren't able to do it in San Francisco, but we actually got it done in LA. Dak protected the ball much better than he did in the game with San Francisco, closer to what he's been doing the rest of the year. What did you feel about his performance, just leading his team to a victory that they needed to win?
I think he did good. I enjoyed the game last night. It was really, really it was a tough game, defensive game. You know what I'm saying? And defense was blasting through there. It was also a quarterback game because Hebert was throwing that ball. He had some good passes, some good plays. I think I could tell that Dak had like he said, like when he made that run, I was like, I don't remember him doing that so often, but it was good.
Yeah.
And him, just staying in the pocket and kind of get that ball out there. He had a couple of great scrambles. He got out of a couple of tackles.
Yeah.
Pollard did great. Pollard, that boy was killing last night. I was like, ooh, that boy on fire through that hole. He had one big play.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah, bro. The Cowboys showed up last night, but I think the Chargers showed up just as well though. So it made it a good game. So
yeah,
I was happy to see the Cowboys win though.
Me too. All right,
Happy.
next Sunday night, man, coming to Philly, we have the Miami Dolphins. Both teams are 5-1, the Eagles and the Dolphins. But I will say, Miami's kind of been on a tear, looking very well oiled. Tony, what's your prediction for your team next Sunday?
Do you really want to hear my prediction, man, or you just ask it because you
No,
just want to hear
I
what
really
I
want to
got to say?
know.
Huh?
I really want to know.
This is the type of game that's going to show you what you made of. You know what I'm saying? High scoring offenses against a tough defense. We gonna see, right?
Yeah.
Main thing about Miami is you get to the quarterback, then they suspect. One thing we can do, we can possess the ball for 5-10 minutes. In a quarter. If they ain't on the field, remember I said that at the beginning of the season. They could be beat. You know what I mean? If you keep the ball out their hands, 3 and out, you know what I'm saying? They could be beat, man. They could be beat. You play tough defense, hit them boys. Yeah, they coming to Philly though. I wonder what the weather's gonna be like.
Yeah, that's a big part.
That's another thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's a pick 'em, but who I'm picking, so
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, this is one of them games. This is one of them games in the middle of the season where you got to show up.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Steph, what you think is gonna happen in that game?
Well,
Miami and Philly.
I tell you, if it's some bad weather, it's definitely gonna help Phillies, to slow down, Miami, because Philly just had to bring up their safety from the practice squad. They getting decimated, and at the safeties. So you got to have some. They might be good players, but you bring them up for the practice squad. How many reps have they seen, and you don't get a chance to speed like that. Ain't no substitute for speed.
Yeah.
So if Philly gets to if they off the defensive line dominates like they can, it'd be a tough road for Miami. But if they let Tua get some of those quick slants, and like I said, Philly, they hurting in the backfield right now, and we know those boys got some track stars over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be a good game, but like I said, if Philly can't get to that quarterback.
Well, what do you mean if they can't get to him, man?
It's gonna
we get to all the quarterbacks.
Okay.
We get to him. We ain't no king. We get to him.
Okay.
We hurt quarterbacks. Ask Purdy. We hurt quarterbacks. We put them out.
Oh,
You say next week. We
I
want to talk.
said ask Purdy. We hurt quarterbacks.
Okay.
We get to them.
Okay. So we gonna see next week. You know what happens with Philly and Miami. I was just stating the facts that Miami got speed.
You were stating the fact. I was stating the fact as well. Right?
So,
Yeah.
like I said, Philly's hurting in the backfield right
Yeah,
now.
that's what you say, but it didn't hurt us this last game. It didn't hurt us.
Yep.
It
Right?
Your safety
It didn't hurt us.
down this game.
It didn't hurt us.
They had to bring up the safety from the practice squad. So
Okay, but it didn't hurt us though.
okay.
You know who y'all gonna bring in for running back?
Hold on. Let's stay on Philly. What would you define hurting you?
We're talking about Philadelphia.
What you got?
What would define hurting you? If now you're using the practice squad safety, how would you define it didn't hurt you?
No, we were talking about the defense getting to the quarterback. That's where that came up at. And I said we can get to he said if we get to Tua. I said, oh, we gonna get to him. We get to all the quarterbacks. That's where that conversation came up at.
So yeah, because you guys got to what's his name?
Yeah.
You got to the Jets quarterback a few times that game, didn't you?
Yeah, our defense is pretty good, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good game, man. It ain't, it's gonna be a good game.
I mean, y'all both 5-1, so it's gonna have some tension to it. You know, neither team wants to take that next loss.
Yeah, because didn't the Miami just came off a loss though, didn't they? The week before?
They didn't lose this week.
No, the week before.
The week before, yeah, they lost
did.
to the Bills. Was that last week?
The week before.
Yeah, the week before.
The week before the Bills, yeah.
Yeah, and Bills put it on them.
Yeah, it was like 48, 20, 24, something like that.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. They did just exactly what I said. They said the team's got to do when we had this first podcast. You can get to him, man. Tua, I mean, he got happy feedback there when they coming for you. I mean, he's gonna have to get that ball out real quick.
I noticed you're a little selective though on your reference games. Like you went to Miami's week before when they lost.
No, you were saying that we were
this week when
you were saying that they were 5. We were both 5-1.
Yeah,
they just won, right? But the week before they played Buffalo and they lost.
That's right, but y'all just lost.
Yeah, we just lost. So that means what?
So that means you're going into the next game with a recent demoralizing loss.
Was it demoralizing? Was it demoralizing?
Yeah. You don't think your team feels like, hey, we lost to the Jets?
I didn't see nobody with nobody with their head down, feeling like they lost the game. I didn't see that. You saw that?
I mean, these are really strong men. We don't show our emotions all the time, so I don't wait to see.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Bosa was down there crying his eyes out, boy.
Oh, but he didn't see that though.
Hold on, which Bosa? Which Bosa?
For the Niners, they had him on Front Street, tears, boy. I was like, dang, bro, come on.
When San Francisco mollywop y'all look like y'all had lost y'all grandmothers.
Oh no!
I'm talking about Dallas.
Wow!
It was grown men.
Y'all lost your grandmothers. Oh
Wow! Wow!
God!
Grandma.
Like
Grandma Dallas. My God.
Grandma Dallas. You how funny, man.
I'm trying to figure out how we keep getting in the conversation.
You bring up all these references about grown men crying and all this, so we got to come up with the stuff that we're looking at, right?
I was talking about 2 5-1. We ain't even 5-1. Y'all in a whole nother conversation. I was talking about 2 5-1 teams facing off. Somehow now is we going home to our aunties? What is it? All right.
Yeah, man, it's dinner time, man. I'm tired of fussing with you, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well then, okay, so y'all gonna win. I got it. Raiders.
No, I didn't say that. You didn't hear me say that. See, there
You,
you go.
you did. You said we gonna pull it
I
off.
said we should win. I said we
Yeah,
should.
we
Yeah,
okay. We should win. All right.
yeah,
I
we
don't know
should.
why that's different.
Yeah, coming off a loss, as
Mm-hmm.
you say, we should win.
As I say. So to you, it wasn't a loss.
Yeah, exactly.
As you
Exactly.
say.
Exactly. They didn't beat us.
Late game too on Sunday. That's the late game Sunday. Philly and Miami.
Prime time.
I wonder if they're gonna show it. They're probably not gonna
That's
show
prime time.
Oh,
Yeah,
prime
it's
time.
all
They
time.
got to
it.
show that. Ain't no
You
Is it
gotta
the
show that.
is it the 5 o'clock game? You talking about?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock game.
So it's the feature game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nationally.
Yeah, I'll be in Kansas City next week though.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Right.
I won't be on next week. So
Got you.
yeah, we get
Raiders,
that.
y'all got the Bears. Quick prediction. What y'all got? What y'all gonna do with Fields? Wow.
We can
Wow.
go probably for that third 3 in a row. You know what I'm saying? You think the Reds can do 3 in a row? I think.
I mean, you
I
got
think we
your
can
new
go.
quarterback.
Are we in Chicago?
I believe so. Yeah. Yeah.
That could be some weather issues.
Temperatures dropping.
That definitely could be some issues. But hey, if they pull out 3 in a row, I'm good.
Okay. Let's see
I'm
if
good
you
with 3 in
can
a
do.
row.
Let's see if your new quarterback.
Yeah, I want to see him, see what he do. That's why I don't want to put it all on it, but I want to see what he does. Hopefully, he can be our little Brock Purdy.
There you go. Speaking of Brock Purdy, Brock Purdy is going to face off against the Chargers next week at home. You get a home game.
What's that
What's your prediction?
for the Raiders and Chargers?
No, the Niners and Chargers.
The Niners play
Vikings.
Vikings.
He said the
I mean,
Vikings.
Vikings. My bad. I'm thinking of my other team, like the Chiefs. We play the Chargers. That's right.
Oh, you got 2 teams now?
I've been here too. You know this, man.
Oh, maybe I should get me another team.
Don't do this, man. Don't do this.
Maybe I should get me.
You said you want to get off. Don't do this. Don't do this today.
I'm just saying, man. This is a revelation for me, man. When did you get another team, man?
I'll explain the next time, man.
It's just in case, right? Still, what we gonna do with him, man?
I got the 49ers, man. You know.
All right, man. All right, we're going to get out of here. I know we've been on for a while. It was a very interesting week. Cowboys won. Thank you. Eagles, Niners, took their first loss. It happens to all of us, and now to y'all as well. And the Raiders lost the quarterback, but won the game with the new guy. The new guy. That's all we're going to call him right now until he earns his title. Right now, he's just the new guy. Fellas, I'll see y'all next week. Tony, I know you can't be here. You'll be in KC. We'll rep for you.
Yes.
We probably won't talk too much about the Eagles unless they lose, and we will spend an entire segment.
But listen,
Them.
it's okay, man. I can do
Don't
enough.
Get backflipped on, man. Don't get backflipped on.
Come on, man.
You don't want to be the team that.
Why you always wishing on a star, man? You know what I mean?
I'm not wishing. I said don't. I'm rooting for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to be strong.
No, you're not, man. No, you're not. Really I see your ears growing, man. You're lying, man.
I really do. You know what? My dad made me look at it a different way. He was like, because he's obviously a Cowboy fan too. That's where I get it from. So he was like, he wanted the Niners and the Eagles to be undefeated when we face them, because that's when you know that your team is good enough. So us getting demolished by the Niners let us know we ain't good enough yet. It's a true test. You don't want to face a team when they done lost their starters, they done got beat up a few times, this and this, that, and the other, and then you win. It's like it ain't gonna feel like nothing. But if you can beat them at their best, then it says something about you.
But guess what, man? At this point in the season, ain't nobody gonna be at their best. You know what I mean? That's just part of it. You know what I mean? That's part of it. That's why you got to have a balance, man. You can't be running your players in the ground. You know what I mean? And then expect them to finish out the season because it's a violent sport, man. You
Yeah.
know, you almost need to have 2 or 3 at each position, man, and then kind of rest them players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, for the stretch run, because you know after about 5 or 6 games, ain't nobody gonna be healthy.
Right.
You know that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's in most sports. You
Yeah.
know,
That's a fact.
it's yeah, it's the lay of the land. It is what it is, man. One thing about me in sports, I don't get too high, I don't get too low. You know what I mean. I try to stay even keel because it's just sports. You know what I mean. It's good to talk about it, laugh and talk about it, but I never take it that serious. You
Right.
know.
Right. No, I agree with that. It's a
Yeah.
good way to go. You don't go up too high, you don't fall so low.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
so, so
Right.
with that being said, all right, gentlemen, I will holler at y'all next time. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you as always. Pod is good
All the time.
and all the time.
Pod is
It is
good.
good.
Catch y'all next week.
All right. Peace and blessings, bro.
Peace. Everybody. That is it. That is it. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time. I don't know who y'all got out there. I don't know if I got more Cowboy fans, Eagles fans, Niners fans, Raiders fans, another team, whoever your squad is. Tune in next week. We're here every Tuesday, recapping the previous week, trying to talk about what was going on and what's going to go on. Some crazy stuff happened this week. Whether you're listening or watching, I know if you love the sport, you caught some very interesting games this week with some very interesting outcomes. I am Cashman, California. It has been a joy, as always. If you like the content, please subscribe, follow, do anything that you can to say I rock with you. Write a comment that says I rock with you. Give me a thumbs up. I'll understand that means you rock with us. And I appreciate that. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Catch you on the next one.